It was a dark and stormy night. The rain came down, and Batman was here to save the city. We are now heading to a different town in my original Minecraft city, Minecraft world, and we're gonna fight some more mobsters. This is gonna be our last video in this original world. So say goodbye to Old Town, the ultimate city that, I just want to showcase. So here is the bridge that's leading all the way to the other. Whoa. Oh, there's another one there. That's leading us all the way to the other town, the original town. Now, something cool about this area, I don't know what's going on with that torch over there, but this mountain right here, man-made. That arch right there, obviously man-made. So this is very... Right. It's gonna push them both in. Really cool man-made area over here. It's just... It's supposed to be very pleasing. That was the idea behind it, because you're traveling from one town to another. I want to at least give you some kind of view, not just an ocean. Oh, and a view like this, where there's a waterfall and lava and giant. Yeah, just really cool looking area. Why are there so many of these right here? Whoa! Haha. That thing seriously just like jump all the way up here. Yes, my friend, you are trapped. Whatever will you do? Aha. That was fun. So here we are at the Grand Central Station. It's not very grand because it's very small. I had plans to make it much bigger, but it never really happened. With that being said, there is... What am I doing? Why am I so stupid? There is a monorail that takes me to the actual town itself of Newtown, which is ironic because this town is actually older than Old Town. So this area right here, it's just all overgrown forest. There's my original house. There's another little house, but this area, it's pretty nice. I mean, I like it. It's definitely got its own kind of charm. But this was technically my first original town of all. Monorail just went around, and all these little buildings right here, all these little buildings. This was the city hall. Nothing too crazy. The very simple little city. Nothing too out of the ordinary right here. A lot of the houses are still the original houses. This was my first little harbor. But yeah, and then I had a tower over there. Oh, and I had that mega tower over there. Yeah, that was the other thing. I built a lot of towers in this area. So let's go fight some mobsters. Let's save this city. Let's save this little village from, the horrors of, evilness. So, there's that. But this world it's a pretty unique world, I do have to say. It's definitely a lot different. These houses are not finished. I wonder if this was going to go somewhere. I wonder why it stopped. Oh, I see some guys out there. I see them outside the fence right there. And I put too many torches in this little city. So this town right here is actually pretty interesting. This village, with all the forests here, it is actually important to note that there are a lot of forests here because this town is very, I guess, famous for its lumber. There's a lot of lumber here. This library is super cramped. Geez, I don't remember making buildings this cramped before, but I guess I did. But the fun thing about this town is that it's my very first town I ever built. And I know I said that about the other one, but the other one is actually like my designer town. But this area, this town, there's a lot of trees. This is where I came up with my... This is where I came up with the reforestation project. They plant the tree, regrow it. This is where I kind of started that. I mean, not saying that I'm taking credit for it, but there's a lot of that over here. This whole area is literally this whole side is literally. Oh, that's odd. It's just like a line. This whole side is literally just devoted to just cutting down trees, replanting them. Like, that's literally all this side of the world is devoted for. So, and obviously, all of that lumber goes to Old Town, which is the major city that we saw the last 3 videos. So, all of that goes to there, and it's just really, really like a lot of stuff. You guys saw that too, right? I was not expecting that. It's not like I planned this. Leave the village alone. No, 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 no. I used to have Ender portal in here somewhere, or another portal, not Ender portal. What am I saying? One cool thing that I actually did was I had this building right here. It's a double story. It was originally just one building on the normal 1 floor, but I made it a 2 floor. This whole floor right here was just chickens. I made a whole floor just devoted to having a bunch of chickens. But this was actually one of my original bases of operation. It's quite interesting to get back to this. You know, it's weird. So let's take a look. There's not really much else. Like, that's literally the whole town. This whole village, we've seen it already. There's no real history really going on. There's nothing really out of the blue, out of the ordinary. Nothing too extravagant like my old town that was in the desert. That was, I love talking about that town so much. So let's actually get out of this little village. Let's go someplace different. Let's try to get all the way to Grand Central Station on foot. Let's see if we can achieve this task without dying. I should probably feed myself first. That mutton really boosted my strength. Ugh. I knew I saw you from the corner of my eye. I don't know where you went. There we go. So this was one of my original houses. There's nothing really in there. It's just, you know, a house. I remember this house used to burn down a lot because of that lava pit in there. Right now it's at a good point where I don't think it's really burned down often, but it did a lot. It did all the time. It burned down. And then right here, that's a cow. And then right here is where I had my first mine. This mine also had, whatchamacallit, that dungeon, which is kind of cool. That had 2 dungeons in the same world. But this mine was humongous. There was a lot in this mine. There's nothing spawning in there. But yeah, there was a lot in this whole world itself had a lot to offer. Considering that it is so small, it had a lot. So I'm really blessed that this world provided me with so much fortune. Oh jeez, what the heck was that? Oh, gotta run. I hate skeletons so much. I can make it, I can make it. I see Grand Central Station right there, I see it. Oh, stupid buttons. There we go. Yep, I made it inside. So, you know what's funny? The very first episode of Minecraft Utopia, I drew out that map of what I envisioned my dream city to look like. And it's funny that I had that map because I actually originally designed that map for this area down here. Because I was working on Old Town, and I got to the point where I'm like, I really just want a new project, like a mega project, like a big one. And so what I was trying to do was I built this mountain right here, built this archway thing, and this whole dirt wad right here, this whole continent island thing right here. Ooh, look, little parrots. I didn't think those made it into this version. Huh. Guess certain updates do go through. But this whole area right here, this whole island I'm on right now, was going to be torn down. That island was going to be torn down for bigger waterways, for one thing. But I had this whole area scoped out and ready. I even thought about everything. You know, I thought that this was going to be the harbor right here. You know, everything in Utopia was going to be moved to this continent right here, which is crazy because considering how much this world already has to offer. Oh no, the harbor is going to be over here. Considering how much this world already had to offer with Old Town and that new area, a new town, and then with this, imagine all those 3 cities in this one map. That would have been insane. But like I said, the problem with that is I fell behind on updates. This game couldn't update anymore, so just that was a major problem. It happens, you know. The town this map just kind of fell behind. And there's plenty of lumber here to utilize. But the ironic thing is, very ironic thing is, where is it? So I know I mentioned that I had my first house in this game, and I had another house. That was my first house. But my very, very first house, like the house I built, like when I first spawned in this game, like when you first spawn, drop, this was my first house. Right here on the cliff. Just little cobblestone, little shack. And I have not touched it since. Not taken anything out, not done anything. I mean, I took the coal out, but like, this was it. This was all I needed way back in the day. And since this little hut, I built that massive city that we saw, Old Town, and then I built another town, and now I'm building Utopia on another map. So it's just insane that, you know, it's crazy because this is where I started. This was my very first Minecraft building that I've ever built. So, I don't know. I just think it's kind of cool to reminisce on that, to look back on, you know, your roots. So, there's that. Anyway, so this is the last video. It's kind of nice that I ended off with the nice, you know, first building that I built. Ended off the last video in the old town. So, if anyone ever wants me to go back to this town, maybe even work on it a little bit more, I most certainly can. Leave the comments below saying that, you know, you want me to go back to Old Town or work in Old Town a little bit more, you know, just update it, you know, build more, get it finished, you know, let me know. I know Utopia is my main city, obviously. You know, we see this, 98 videos of Utopia, so obviously that's my main focus. So if you guys want me to do both, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. So thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Oh, Monday. Perfect Soldier Elimination trailer coming out. So Minecraft Utopia and Perfect Soldier, same day.